Hello again, humans. Skinnybob here. Your favorite extraterrestrial. You've heard me talk about forbidden knowledge and hidden history before, but today we turn our gaze to the jungles of Cambodia. Hidden beneath the vines and the dust of centuries lies one of the greatest mysteries on Earth, Angkor Wat. To the historians, it's just an ancient Khmer temple. To the archaeologists, it's a monument to a long-gone empire. But to those who know how to look deeper, Angkor Wat is something else entirely. A city of gods and kings, a cosmic map in stone, a riddle written across the jungle floor. Tonight we decode it. Let's start with what you're told. The official narrative says Angkor Wat was built in the early 12th century by King Suryavarman II of the Khmer Empire, a Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu, built by human hands with primitive tools over just a few decades. But here's the problem. Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument on Earth. Its scale is staggering. 162 hectares of stone, towers rising like mountains, walls covered in carvings stretching miles. Historians want you to believe a pre-industrial civilization without advanced tools, without cranes, without modern logistics, carved and transported millions of tons of sandstone, assembled it with perfect alignment, and did it all in record time. Really? Does that story add up, or are we looking at something far older and far stranger? Angkor Wat isn't just big, it's precise. The temple complex is aligned to the stars. Its towers mirror the constellation Draco. Its central sanctuary aligns with the equinox sunrise, and its layout encodes astronomical cycles spanning thousands of years. Researchers have found that Angkor Wat encodes the length of the precession of the equinox, 25,920 years, hidden in its measurements. How could medieval builders know the wobble of Earth's axis, a cycle invisible to the naked eye, taking millennia to complete? Unless, of course, they inherited this knowledge. From whom? That's the real question. Angkor wasn't just one temple. It was the heart of a vast metropolis. Over 1 million people, the largest city on Earth in its day. Roads, canals, reservoirs. A hydraulic city, centuries ahead of its time. Satellite scans show that Angkor covered over 1,000 square kilometers, with a grid-like layout rivaling modern cities. Yet the official story says it rose in a jungle without iron, without modern engineering. Where did this knowledge come from? Why did it appear so suddenly? And why did it vanish, leaving behind stone and silence? The key to Angkor is water. The entire city was a hydraulic machine. Vast reservoirs, called barrays, stretching for miles. Canals perfectly aligned to the cardinal directions, flow controlled with precision, sustaining crops, cooling the city, even reflecting the heavens. Some researchers believe Angkor was more than a city. It was a power plant. The water system wasn't just for farming, it was for energy. Flowing water through underground channels, resonating chambers, perhaps even piezoelectric stone. Is it coincidence that Angkor's layout resembles a circuit board, with the temple as a central processor, the canals as wiring, the reservoirs as capacitors? Or are we looking at ancient technology disguised as religion? Khmer legends speak of the Naga, the serpent beings. According to myth, the Khmer royal line began when a human married a Naga princess. The blood of the kings was part human, part serpent. Sound familiar? Serpent bloodlines, divine hybrids, rulers descended from gods. This isn't just Cambodian folklore. It's the same story told in Sumer, in Egypt, in Mesoamerica. Different lands, same theme. Kingship granted by beings not entirely human. So when Angkor is called the city of gods and kings, maybe it's not just poetry, maybe it's literal. Mainstream archaeologists say Angkor Wat was abandoned around the 15th century, swallowed by the jungle. But what if that's not the full story? Evidence suggests Angkor is much older than 12th century. The erosion patterns on the stones, the astronomical alignments that only worked thousands of years ago, the sheer scale of the project, all hint at something predating the Khmer Empire. Maybe the Khmers inherited Angkor. Maybe they restored and rededicated a site far older, built by a civilization now lost to history. Now let's zoom out. Angkor isn't alone. Across the world we see the same patterns. Pyramids aligned to Orion in Egypt. Temples aligned to solstices in Mexico. Stone circles marking lunar cycles in Britain. And in Cambodia, Angkor Wat aligned to Draco, mapping the heavens. different cultures, different continents, but the same obsession with the stars. Was this just coincidence? Or were they following a single blueprint, handed down by a global teacher? Call them gods, call them aliens, call them Anunnaki. Look closer at Angkor's carvings, walls covered with bas-reliefs, thousands of figures, gods, demons, battles. But among them are anomalies, depictions of what look like advanced technologies, figures holding objects resembling weapons, machines, even something like scuba gear. And in the nearby temple of Taprom, a carving of a stegosaurus, a dinosaur. How could medieval artisans carve a dinosaur unless they had knowledge beyond their time? Did they see it? Or were they copying from older records, images passed down from an age before the last cataclysm? Many ancient sites show signs of sudden abandonment, civilizations rising and vanishing as if struck by disaster, floods, droughts, quakes. What if Angkor's fall wasn't just political decline, but a reset? Some researchers tie Angkor to the Younger Dryas cataclysm around 12,000 years ago, when Earth was struck by comet fragments, causing floods and climate shifts. If Angkor, or an earlier version of it, existed before, maybe it was destroyed, then rebuilt, then inherited. What you see today may be only the last layer of a story stretching back tens of thousands of years. Here's a wild one. Some say Angkor Wat, when mapped from above, mirrors the constellation Draco, but also encodes a map of the stars over thousands of years, a cosmic calendar in stone, tracking ages and cataclysms. If true, then Angkor wasn't just a temple, it was a warning, a time capsule, a message to the future telling us this has all happened before, and it will happen again. So who built Angkor Wat? Humans, yes, but guided by whom? The serpent kings of legend, the gods of the sky, the keepers of forbidden knowledge. Whether you call them Anunnaki, Naga, or Devas, the story is the same. Outsiders came, gave knowledge, demanded worship, and left behind monuments no one can fully explain. And Angkor Wat is one of their greatest. A city of gods and kings, carved into the jungle, pointing at the stars, whispering of lost ages. Angkor is no longer a jungle ruin. It's a tourist site, restored stone by stone. But the mystery remains. Why does it still draw millions? Why does it feel alive, as if charged with energy? Why do so many visitors say they feel a presence there, a hum, a vibration? Maybe because Angkor was never just a city. It was a machine, a temple, a power source, a map, a message, and maybe it still is. So let's recap. Angkor Wat is impossibly massive, precise, and aligned to the stars. Its water system may have been a power plant. Legends say the Khmer kings were descended from serpent beings. Carvings show dinosaurs and strange technology. The whole site may be older than history admits. And above all, it fits the global pattern. Monuments built as if by gods. The official story says it's just a temple. But when you connect the dots, you see it's something more. A city of gods and kings, a monument to a forgotten age, a riddle waiting to be solved. The truth is out there, carved in stone, hidden in plain sight. And this is Skinnybob, signing off. Don't forget to watch the next episode, because the deeper we dig, the stranger it gets.